with a work ethic. And of course, one of the big destroyers of the family was Lyndon Johnson, who became president after Kennedy was assassinated. And he started what he called the Great Society. And it was at that time that the destruction of black families began. When I was a child, black families were family units. The father and mother stayed in the family. There was parental influence in raising the children. The black children were very respectful to their black parents, and they had always had a good family unit. But when Lyndon Johnson became president and they started this Great Society, they were actually paying women to have children outside of marriage. And so this was a great incentive for fathers to leave the family, because the family could make more money from the government by having children out of wedlock. So again, this was all a plan for the welfare state and to destroy black families, because they were a very strong unit of society in America when I was a child. They were good family units, but that was destroyed by the coming New World Order, which really began in earnest. The one world government people got control of immigration after they shot Kennedy. They got control of the military, which actually they already had, because they had to assassinate Kennedy because he realized that as president, he was not running the government. The CIA was running the government. He realized that when the whole Cuba thing and the Bay of Pigs came along, when this was done without his knowledge, and he realized somebody else was running the country. So he was going to get rid of the CIA, and he was going to get rid of the Federal Reserve and all of those things, and so they had to assassinate him in order to keep their plan on track. So Lyndon Johnson was their man, and everybody who's been president ever since has been their man in order to bring about what is happening now. So all of these things have been going on, again, to completely destroy the family. As I said, when I was a child, I came home from school. I had a key. There was no such term as latchkey children at that time. It was normal for a child to just come home from school, change your clothes, go out and play. But now children can't even, certainly female children can't even play around in the neighborhood because they're always in danger of being kidnapped. Then also, when my children were young, this whole idea of it takes a village to raise a child was a plan, again, to brainwash people into thinking that two parents were not capable of raising a child. But then when Lyndon Johnson came along and started paying any woman who had multiple children without a father, then they got a lot of money from the government. This was a way for them to make a living. So again, they started taking away parental responsibility and control, first of all, by encouraging the father to leave the family, by encouraging promiscuity and having children by multiple men that women were not married to. They encouraged taking away responsibility from the parents by forcing vaccinations on children. It's interesting that in America, now a child has to have parental approval for the school nurse to give the child an aspirin. But there is no parental approval needed for a child to get an abortion. So this is, again, how they have destroyed the ability for parents to raise their children. If you look back at what's been going on since the beginning of all of this, you will see that the plan is to take children away from their parents.
To advertisers.